What's going on? Don't know where my counter went on the intro, but we're live now. So I wanted to go on here again, 13,400. We're going to talk about our Wyckoff technometer here in a minute. 13,450 on the high. But Ethereum heating up. Litecoin still not doing anything. Our Classic trying to rally some. Ripple trying to rally a little bit, 5%. Neo, after a big rally, slowing up a little bit. ADA up 9%. Let's look at ADA real quick. That's one that's breaking out. That's the 3-minute. There's the hourly. ADA acting better. Definitely one of the better ones maybe. EOS not doing too much. BCH 513. There's 13.5 Bitcoin. What's up, Bourbon? Stunner's in here. What up, Savannah? I'm going to give you a wrench. XLM, we'll go over that one here in a minute too. What up, Complex? Daniel, let me give you a wrench here real quick. What up, Preacher? You did sell your Harley. I remember you saying that. Nice trade. Kawiko. I mean, still again, this is, let's go to the 4-hour. I talked about this. Unbelievable. Red line at the bottom. Shorts. Not coming off at all. We're at 13,450. That's wild. Shorts getting cremated. Again, some of that maybe could be miners. I don't know. But if they did, they sold a little early. There's Litecoin firming up a little bit again. Yeah, we're going to get a pullback here. Classic, we bought that again at 910. Show that real quick. We bought the 960, sold 910. Bought 862, sold 910, rebought 906 or so. We're up here at 950, 960, trying to break out. Be nice if that one would get that done. 951, just made a 967 a second ago. Ripple. Same thing here. Trying to break out here by this 49 and change. Keeps being turned back from it. We've scalped that a few times as well. ADA on the 4-hour. Let's go back to that one. That one's, we've talked about this one. Preliminary support, last point of support, breaking out here above the 10. This one looks like maybe for real. So maybe we could buy that on a pullback. What's up, Hunter? No problem. Institutional money going to push it to 35K by December. That could happen. I mean, somewhere here we got to have a pullback, I'm sure. So the software hasn't given us that, but I got a feeling with some more of this action, we're going to get that. There's XLM trying to get above, we're at 13, needs to get above the 14, 15, 16. Still a little slow, but I think we'll try to get it done. Not one of the strongest coins. Bitcoin right back at 13.5 on the high. Here's our Bitcoin USD technometer. You can see down here 48.58. 50 is considered overbought. But we are in a bull trend. So a lot of times you want to give that even room to get above 50. And then probably more of a 51, 52. Bitcoin USDT is not even close. It was 45 just about 10 minutes ago. So nothing to get worried about there. Let's see if any of these other coins, anything to brag about. Let Ethereum load. This goes back to, again, guys, we're getting no action up here. We had to buy 76.70, a quick Elliott wave trade, but we've had no sell all the way up with the software. So I think it's 13, 14 buys. No sell, still don't have a sell. BAT, Fidelity, I don't know. We warned about all of this, that I've warned there'd be no selling on the way up. This rally's been even stronger than I could have imagined. I thought the fireworks could come after a pullback, but damn. You're probably right, Beef. No support's being built, so when we get a correction, I'm sure we're going to see a $2,000 bar probably. Something like that, I wouldn't doubt. If this is a third wave, then shit, we're going to 20 grand, but I think it's still, everybody knows I've showed this count before. Yeah, all it does is take the 5 up to here. I still think, and it could be the first part of 5, but probably not the way it's extending. Commodities will blow off on fifth waves like a corn or soybean or something, so I really think it's acting like a commodity, which is legally, tax-wise, that's what they're calling it. I still think this is a wave 5. I do think there's going to be a lot of risk to the downside. I don't know what the alts are going to do. The way they act here, when Bitcoin comes off, they firm up. If Bitcoin would fall 400 or 500 right now, I think you'd see ETC take off probably. Some of these act a little bit better. Ethereum, we were showing a ride at 345. That looked like a fourth wave coming out of there, so really, this one, I think, is long in the tooth, so whether your trail stops. I don't do a lot of Fibonacci. I mean, you got the fib on Ethereum? I'm making it equal 3, 0.618 to 3. It could be 1.618 to 1. I know where some 0.618 retracements, things like that are, but I don't trade a lot of Fibonacci quite like that. Litecoin, it's amazing it hasn't done better. We had mentioned about it getting oversold nearly, but it still hasn't done it. There's Ethereum. Hold on, I've got problems with software here real quick. I mean, Litecoin, we showed I'm having a hard time getting my hands around the Litecoin chart. I was showing this yesterday, a bullish count where we're ready for a run to new highs. Starting slow, maybe it will come alive here if Bitcoin gives it up then. 13,550 Bitcoin. So maybe we've done a little 1-2 here. We're ready to explode higher, but Litecoin still acts a little bit tired. I don't know. On XRP, we really was looking at, on Ripple, we kind of thought maybe we had done a 1-2 here. Be ready for a big move to the upside. Really, and I labeled this a triangle with a 1-2. So again, that one could come alive here if Bitcoin would give up the ghost. Peter Schiff on suicide watch. That's funny. There's Bitcoin 13,577. I mean, there again, guys, this is a tough one. I mean, the technometer is, there's 45 on Ethereum USDT, so 50 is overbought. It's almost, we're not getting overbought again on the way up at all. So what's happening is volume. I showed this earlier in our Discord. This is Bitcoin USD. This was at 12.6. You can see volume is just not wanting to go up. So we're rallying on really no strong volume. Probably shorts trying to cover. What up, Miser? Nice trade. That's Bitcoin USD. This is Bitcoin USDT. You can see that we spike up here to just the high back at 9,000. So that's why my technometer won't get overbought, because no one's chasing this. I had said a few weeks ago, month ago, that I thought the way to pick the high in Bitcoin was going to be all of these buys that we had, all of these buys for the year is because volume went down while price held. So the best sell would be volume going up while price doesn't. So it'd be nice here sometime in the next few days where we have volume coming in strong and price makes a double top or lower high or something. I think that would be the first idea that maybe we have a correction. Now, whether that's going to be a big correction or what, I don't know. But that would be the flip-flop of what happened at all these buy signals. $13,622. The dollar I still think is turning down, which helps cryptos if we need any more help at 13,640. I still think you're having a lot of FOMO in. Nobody was bullish on the way up. It doesn't seem like a lot of bullishness on this rally. So I think when we do turn down, we're going to have a pretty big bar down. The problem is, Daniel, with the move we've had, oh my God, so we're 10,000 off the low, 10.5 off the low. I mean, a retracement back to previous fourth would be a move to 7,500, which is a huge correction now, even though that was just June 12th, 2 weeks ago. What up, Johnny? There's 13.7. I'll load the Bitcoin back again. So that's all anybody's caring about. Thanks, Daniel. I do got to say the software, unbelievable, gave us no sells. Again, the software is based on price, volume, time. So the volume has never led this rally to give me an overbought reading. That's the problem. Or not a problem, I guess, but. What up, Lloyd? You're welcome, Borgel. There's 200 off the high. Let's see. Then Classic comes off. Litecoin comes off. Neo's coming off. Look, there went Neo. 1911. Everything loading a little slow, obviously. There's a buck off Neo in a second. Look at the wick on it, classic. 965 down to 950. Yikes. There's 300 off on Bitcoin. Couple dollars off. There's Litecoin 133.65. A wick down to 130. $7 off in seconds. Now we got people calling for 15,000 Bitcoin in a matter of weeks. They probably meant in a matter of minutes. There's Bitcoin, or there is the Bitcoin USD of 49.63. That is 50 is a sell, as I said, in a strong market. Maybe you want higher than a 50. That's the biggest overbought reading I've had all the way up. So again, I'd be really careful here. Don't want to talk you out of a run to 40,000, but also don't want to see you get your ass handed to you. So maybe the correction, we could have a big flat correction. Maybe we have a big sell up but come right back. I don't know. I mean, I do think we're in a bull market. We have said that all along, Nick and I. Institutions are coming. I had said at the lows that everybody has sold at 1 and 2. There'd be no resistance on the way back up. You got Fidelity, and now you've got the average stock investor sitting on the sidelines making a few percent in stocks, while everybody over here is doubling and tripling. So I think you got a lot of factors. I mentioned you got new accounts coming out of Japan, etc. So I think this is going to be the game that everybody wants to play. Thanks, Saban. So, I thought Bitcoin would break. You'd have a little bit of strength in some of these alts. That's still to be seen. Along a little bit of ETC and Ripple on some short trades. They're up a little bit. Nothing to brag about. I don't know whether Data Dash was bullish at the lows. It seemed a lot of people went away at the lows. Right, there's Nick saying, we had said you'd never see 4,200 again when we was trading about 4,700, I think it was. So we have been on this all the way up. Let's check Bitcoin USDT. I will tell you that I just showed you Bitcoin USD was nearing overbought. Hold on here. Go back to the 4-hour. You can see here that we had tons of buys back here at 6,000, 6,300, etc. And the software did go to a sell. This is just when I was trying to get comfortable with the software. The software did go to a sell about the exact day before the break. I'm just going to say it was right around November 13th. I'd have to check for sure. It did go to a 50 reading. And then, got oversold quickly on the way down because we fell so fast. because you don't want to buy an oversold reading as we're breaking down. Same reason you don't really want to sell an overbought reading when you're breaking higher. You just got to be careful with that. But we've had 5 waves up. If you do any Elliott, we are looking a little blow off-ish. So that was the last really good 50 reading. Again, that's in a sideways trading range before a breakdown. Way different than what we're at right now. And I don't have there's Bitcoin USDT still at 45.53, so this software updates every 5 minutes on these proprietary indicators. I spent about $50,000 to get some of this shit to work right on stocks, another 20 on cryptos, and I still don't have all the bugs worked out. Appreciate it, Tammy. I don't know what Tone's saying. I mean, I don't know how. I believe he was, what's everybody saying here? I thought Tone's been bearish all the way up. I mean, Cameron, we've had low interest rates. We've had gold turning up, dollar weak. I mean, everything's working perfectly. $49.47. I mean, so for all practical purposes, we're getting overbought here, definitely, which is obvious at 13.7. Well, Misigo is heated up today. That's probably because it got taken off the exchanges. Everybody was selling it, and now there's no selling. Tone's waiting for a pullback. There's the daily Bitcoin price with volume. Everything looks halfway decent there. This chart looks way different. All right, BB Junkie. Here's a monthly Bitcoin USD with 5-minute volume. So Bitcoin USD, again now you can see volume is finally coming in. So on this whole rally from 7,500, you're finally getting some volume coming in. That's why the technometer's moving up to overbought, which looks a little bit more like some type of a blow off top. And everybody do your own research because these markets are crazy. I'm just trying to provide some help. Bitcoin USDT, 5-minute, 1 month chart. You can see here still, we're not as overbought here because volume looks like it's being dragged up. I mean, really volume is back at these highs of this B wave at 9,000. So it'd still be nice for volume to come in. There's 13,380, so we're coming off a little bit here. XRP and ETC, I mean, I think ETC 942, I mean, I think those things will stay firm a little bit. But XRP back below 48, so how would it compare the traditional stock market to the crypto? I mean, crypto is just 50 times compressed. Easier to trade, I think, because you got too many noobs. And again, our buys were perfect on the way up, so when nobody was interested, so I think now you got to be careful. There's Bitcoin another 100 off the high. We're about 450 off the high now. There's classic 936. I really think it'd be a good time to get out of everything and take a vacation for real. I think Bitcoin's cooling off. Small caps, mid caps, I think will outperform Bitcoin, but I don't think USD value they're going to do much either. I think people sold the alts to buy Bitcoin. Now they're going to give Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to slap them, I think. So Bitcoin pairs will do a little bit better. Dollar value, I don't think it's going to do that well. I mean, XLM is, we've talked, it's not ruined the charts, but it's nothing going on very well for it. So I would hate to see this 11.116 giveaway. That wouldn't be good for the charts. XMR, let's look at that one real quick. I mean, there's 120 down to 110. That one looks obviously tired. Looks like a triangle with a fifth wave. I'd start trading XMR probably. Let's look at Matic real quick, because I know a lot of people were on that earlier. Down 7%, breaking down. We had some support I talked about in 1970. Now that's kind of giving away, so that one looks heavy now. KMD broke down and breaking down a little bit more. ICX. Some of the ones we've been, it's up 7%, but still nothing to brag about there. Let's look at Decred. It was trying to come alive. Up 10%. That one may be still higher. I'd probably trail stop there. Hold on. My BTT is down here at the bottom. BTT USDT. That one looks obviously a little heavy, so again, with Frogville, what's up? Don't think I've seen you in a while, Frogville. Could be wrong. I think everybody's ready for alt season to start, but again, I'm not sure it's starting here. I think that starts maybe at a later date. I'd like to see Classic clear that 960, 965 level and get going, but Sarjan GTFO and wait to BTFD. If anybody knows us, we got BTFD above us here. Nick and I might be going live at 6 o'clock tonight. I'm not sure. Don't know what else there is here to talk about. The main thing is probably the Bitcoin shorts is just unbelievable, not coming off. The blue line up here would normally give us some stop and breathe, but we're not even close to that. That alone is one thing that would keep me saying that we're still not making a top yet. Those people really need to give up. They've got to be choking on some blood right now, so I don't know how they can't give up. The red line down here, you can see the green line is long, so longs are increasing here. Nothing dramatic. Shorts has increased incredibly from 8,000. I mean, definitely BTC pumped, and then when it fell, the alts pumped. Again, I don't think we're not in that scenario. I don't think right now. I don't think you'll see a big pump if Bitcoin falls off heavy. I could be wrong. That could be my dumbest thing so far this year. I'm not sure. See you, Daniel. Get some sleep. There's OMG. We talked about this one. Did the jump and really just messing around the creek. Then took off. Made it 340 earlier. Now we're 292. So. Once again, there's Ethereum overshooting some targets I had up here for wave 5, but that was really just, it does look like we've had 5 waves up inside of the 5. It might extend. But again, that one's getting a little bit excited up here. We had various buys on this one on the way up. Litecoin, we had good rally on it on the way up with good buys. Not really good buys and sells off the software after this. Took some stops out at 134, otherwise really just still long. Trying to figure it out. Chainlink, let's look at that real quick. Up 8.8%. That's when I had said I thought maybe same thing, did a 5-wave, maybe sideways to lower. I probably still would go with that. A lot of volatility there. The TA on XLM is just really, if you tried to throw some type of creek in here, I mean, it would be here. So it hasn't hurt much. And maybe it'll do better if we do get some type of alt season. So again, I think the best trade here is to take some Bitcoin and move to some of these other coins to see if they can have any type of rally here. There's Stunner, who's giving some good trades on Link, telling you to don't get caught up holding the bag here, get a lower entry. He's made some good calls there. So nice trade, Kelly. All the headlines are bullish now. Unbelievable. Got to go to the 1-minute chart to see any action on Bitcoin now. So we fell about 450 from the highs. Now we're back to 48.60 on the technometer. So we did about a 49, what was it, 49.5 live on the air. Dash USD. Four-hour. That's when we talked about being strong. I thought would it continue strong. Again, I think that one's got to have a pullback here. A little bit of a consolidation. Classic trying to make a move, but to no avail at the moment. There's the Bitcoin dominance chart as it continues higher. Still could be a V wave. I mean, if that's the case, you'd have a pretty good rally in alts if we're ready to drop dominance down to the 52 level again. Not sure of that, but I would think some type of pullback. NEO is one that we mentioned around $13.50, $14. The software is looking good. Software is now not looking as good, obviously. We had buys down there. We've showed this numerous times. Buys around 8 to 9.50, and we had some higher buys at 12 and 11. Again, I would think that one would slow up. I don't want to say that until we see more correction in Bitcoin. Sorry guys, I got some people, some clients I gotta reply to real quick. Ethereum 360 down to 346. EOS, dollar cost average, buy some more. EOS been a little slower here after being a good performer. Not sure how to count that. I really thought we'd maybe finished the triangle and was going to head higher still, but that one looks a little tired as well. It's maybe a little tired. ADA we've shown, but we'll throw it up again. Preliminary support, last point of support, same levels, accumulation. This is one that I think could maybe continue to lead us higher. That's one I'm watching close. So it's going to take, again, further rally to get this technometer up above 50. But that was close. Appreciate it, Andrew. We'll look at Tron. That's one we had said had acted well. We'll continue higher. But again, I think that one might be getting a little tired. Could be an ABC in place, which means there's correction coming there. OMG did do an OMG, you are correct. 13% today. There's classic. A few stops got taken out there. That's the problem with trading stops on these things. Had a wick to 915 right there while we was live 15 minutes ago. Had a wick here, pretty big down, had a huge wick. We recommended the 864-ish, I think it was, sold at 910, bought at 906, and hopefully this will turn into something above 965, 970 when Bitcoin backs off a little bit. $13.5 holding in again, so whether we can hold in again and spike it higher one more time. Hard to talk about resistance on Bitcoin. I mean, this 11A level would have been a good level to gone through, caught stops, etc. We've done that. I guess there's resistance at 17.2 where this got stopped before. The best thing that we could have would be, it would be for, this is the Bitcoin USD technometer 48.58 that I just showed at 49.6. The best thing would be is have an ABC correction and have the technometer come down to like 40. And then it would probably be safe to enter the water again. FOM, we got a 49.6, which is pretty close to 50. So I guess I'd almost say, yeah, we're pretty well saying the upside is extremely limited now. Another quick 400 or 500 up, I think, would tag the 50 for us. It's not like 50 is a guaranteed sell. It's just showing that we need to rest, we need to gather ourselves or something. So. And as I said here, from 11.5 to 13.4, you can see some volume finally coming in. That's what's getting the technometer to overbought. This has been a 6-month rally. I mean, obviously it'd be easy to have a 2 to 4 month correction, which will put everybody back to sleep again. Probably get everybody talking bearish again if we get any type of sell-off. There's no supply here. I guess we keep on going up. A stop for Neo. Boy. I mean, I think 1780 is a previous fourth wave. I'd hate to see yeah, I don't know. I'd rather try to take some off the table at the highs versus a stop here, but Maybe use a 17, 15 low here. You're right, we did go, whatever the number is, 12,000 to 20,000 in 12 days. That is possible. That was blowing off a huge rally. I really don't think that's the same thing we're in right now. We're probably just getting this rally, ultimately just getting the party started. I don't think institutions and everybody wants this thing to get away from them. I don't think, I think they probably would like a pullback to be able to pick up some more. So there was I haven't checked this out. Let me go to, I guess I posted that in the main chat maybe today. Let me see if I can find this. A friend of mine sent me this. And this was from when we was at 11,000. That there was 14% more bearish short positions in the CME Bitcoin futures than the bullish long positions for large traders. So, and then what it kind of showed is retail traders are long 4-to-1 and large traders are net short. So normally that would say that that the upside is more limited. Retail is not short. Smart money is short. Now obviously they're not short too smart because that was at 11,000. Appreciate it, Complex. Hello, Dodo. So above is below. I mean, that would be my guess still. If we go back to the chart I've been trying to show, if that's the case, we've shown this as being the wave forward, low ending at 3120. 5 waves to the upside, so this would be labeled the first wave 1. Let's call that green because it's been green. That would be wave 1 somewhere here coming to an end. Now you got to have an ABC back down to previous 4th wave support, which would be 7,200-ish, which all of a sudden now is a 50% pullback. So Bitcoin's been so strong, maybe you do a 0.382. And again, I agree, we're still going a lot higher, so you got to be careful selling your bags. I just think you got to be careful where you are buying it now because we've had a big run. So I'd say any further rally in Bitcoin from here, another quick rush to the upside, I'll have to sell in the technometer and then we'll reevaluate after some pullback. So we're kind of quiet here, so I'm going to call it, guys. I got some trades I need to do. First of all, let me run a disclaimer real quick.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
Anybody that's been with us for a while, I think you could call these last few weeks definitely a pork blaster. So we got 342 in here. I'm going to quickly tell you, I own WyckoffSMI.com, institute started by Richard Wyckoff in 1931. That's how we're getting the buys and sells on these coins from our proprietary software. If you want to learn Wyckoff, there's an unleashed course for $1,000. I paid $1,700 for it in 1982, so it's cheap. It's all online. There's a book that comes with this, 560 pages. You get a certificate, access to software on stocks, etc. If you go to learncrypto.io, there's a cheap version for $299, watered down version for cryptos. Software is not available for subscribers yet. It's only available to myself. I use it for the Discord at $40 a month if you want to get in there. Go to learncrypto.io, click the Patreon. If you don't have time, we do manage money for private client group. Email me, hit me up on Twitter, whatever. 3% of your account balance. And on the way out here, I'm going to run the outro. I usually run on Who is Wyckoff so you can get a little bit better feel for him. He's kind of the titan of technical analysis, dating back to early 1900s. Brought the study of volume in. That's what this is. There's more, the technometer, etc., is more volume based. If you go to the stock side, we've had a good call in GDX here. I'm not going to log in here live, but same type of thing. So check it out. Here's the outro. Nick and I might be back in 5.5 hours. I'm not sure. If not, we will catch you tomorrow. And then for the Discord Patreon people, I'm guessing we're going to do a live only show for them sometime in the next few days. So catch you later.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street, and by age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell following was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907 I created the Magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the Magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard D. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank in offering to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff Stock Market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market and can be found right now at wyckoffsmi.com.